Hello everyone, at the making of this video, I have reached 2,000 subscribers. Yippee-ki-yay. Now, and this is where I review a video from you either playing Ready or Not. It could be Doorkickers 2. And here I'm going to kind of talk about the rules of how you're supposed to be doing this. So first, number one is that please put in your title for your YouTube upload of the video, hashtag Squabblers Review Me. For now, I'm only accepting YouTube videos just as the current platform for now. But I'd also like you to inform me of the map, the difficulty, and if any mods are used, and kind of what your loadout is. It's not super important, but just, you know, adding more information is usually, generally speaking, better. Preferably, I would like you to complete these missions in a team, preferably actual players and not just the AI. AI is still fine, but I just prefer real players. Try to use your helmet cams as frequently as you can to look around the battlefield, like of your teammates and your AI, just so I have better perspectives when I'm watching and reviewing. Friendly names should be shown. It's good to kind of see where people are according to you. When I watch your footage, I like to see where everybody is. And of course, if you really want to go further, you can go in-game voice chat so I can kind of hear what's going on with the communications between you guys. And generally speaking, under 30 minutes. I understand if it goes like past that, but just try to keep it under an hour, generally speaking. I'll still watch them if they're just like, you know, but try to keep it a little shorter most of the time. If it's like on a New America, then it's obviously going to be a lot longer, but it's going to be like around an hour, I'm sure, you know, 50 minutes, 40 minutes. That's fine. Just try to keep them, you know, on the shorter end if possible. If not, I understand. And when you are typing the comment, and it'll be in this video, I want you to type in the comment, Squabblers Review Me, and then you're going to type in whatever information I kind of, as I just said previously before, like the map, the title of the video. It'll be like, hey, Squabblers, like, you know, Squabblers Review Me. Or like, hey, Squabblers, I'd like you to review me. Just anything to kind of tell me that that's what you're saying in the comment. I'll click on your profile, that one that you are commenting on, and then I'll go to your YouTube channel and I'll click on your video. So that's how it's going to be done. Try to do that. Try to give me information in the description of the video if you want, but just make sure that the title is, you know, it says Squabblers Review Me. Put a hashtag in the description for the tags, so I can, like, if I have to, I can look it up, type in hashtag Squabblers. Other than that, that's more or less it. As I said, you can do like Doorkickers 2 or Ready or Not. In the future, I am going to be doing kind of more events related to almost any game I'm going to play in the future. It's going to be Ready or Not, could be Doorkickers 2, could be something in the future like Titan Quest or Diablo or whatever, you know, whatever game I'm playing at the time. I'm going to start covering a few more games. Generally speaking, when it comes to the challenge of the reviewer review me, that's kind of all the information it's going to be. I'm just going to kind of talk for a little bit longer about kind of what I'm going to be doing in the future for events and ideas I have for the future of this channel. I'm super appreciative of everyone who's kind of subscribed. I appreciate when you guys comment. I love when you guys are, you know, even just tuning into the 2 streams that I've done already. It wasn't super big or anything, but it's just like a quick little whatever. And if you want to eventually kind of participate in with me, I might be doing, you know, streams where I'm playing with my viewers and doing kind of fun like event challenges where, you know, there's like a group of 3, because you can only have 5 at a thing without a mod or something, but it would basically be a group of 3 people kind of role-playing as SWAT or sorry, 2 people role-playing as SWAT or 3 depending. And then you'd have the 2 enemies where they are in the bottom basement and they are essentially, it's going to be like a PvP match, but with heavy restrictions on what equipment you can bring. So for example, the suspects, the enemies hiding within the area are going to be using, for example, like, you know, like AKs or 7.62 weapons or low caliber, you know, SMGs or whatever. Stuff like that. And then the SWAT team would come in and it would be awesome to kind of watch the dynamic of how people clear and how people kind of work together and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I really like to see and how that would be a fun little challenge, fun little thing, how you guys communicate, how you can move in SWAT team and clear out these areas where, you know, you have these hit and run tactics. For example, if you are fighting someone down there and the SWAT team's kind of, you know, staying close and concise, and then the suspects kind of have like traps, for example, like C2, sit on the door or something, or whatever it is, right? However you want to potentially do it. I haven't really created the rules for this yet, but just kind of like been conceptualizing the general idea of how it would be. Also, if you are interested as well, if you are subscribed, I believe you will see like the posts that I make, and I can kind of show you just really quickly right here. I'll have like published things where people can kind of vote on things that I'll be asking you. Sometimes it'll be like, hey, what do you guys want to see? Or what do you guys think about the game? Or how do you play? you know, for example, like what would you want to watch when I do stream, for example, and like what kind of a community event would you want, you know, and depending on the interest levels, it'll kind of be, you know, what will kind of be the thing that will happen. Because obviously, if no one really cares to, you know, do certain things, then obviously people aren't going to want to tune in or do it. So hopefully, if we get enough people who are interested in actually participating, then I will go through, then I'll do this, right? But I assume if you're subscribed, you should be able to see these posts. I'm not sure if you can actually see them without being subscribed. I'm actually not quite sure. But if you are, you can like participate in these polls. I'll usually ask questions about, you know, whatever game I'm covering. And of course, lately it's just been more or less Ready or Not, because I love Ready or Not and it's such an awesome game. I'm going to be covering it basically for however long Ready or Not is staying on its legs. I think it's really fun tactical shooter. I might, you know, branch off to maybe some future tactical shooters in the future. Also just like branching off to maybe more RPG type of games like No Rest for the Wicked. That sounds like a really fun time. Whenever that fully releases, I'll be super excited. But let me know what you guys think about like ideas for community events. I'd be willing to hear and take suggestions for those kind of things. And as I said, eventually, once I kind of get my streaming thing kind of figured out, just because of like the things I'm trying to do and try to, you know, I'll be honest, I only have one monitor right now, so it's a little harder to react to chat while playing a game most of the time. So getting a secondary monitor would be good as well. When it comes to playing with viewers on stream, I'd love to do that. And as I said, we can do kind of like some of these fun kind of community events. I was thinking about doing also a viewer challenge. I might do this maybe soon, or maybe at the next 1,000 viewers that I get. It would basically just be me going through the rules of speedrunning 23 megabytes, and you would do it as a single person. I would kind of show the path you're supposed to take and how well you can kind of clear those rooms efficiently and safely as possible up to a certain extent or a certain point. And then I would essentially like be grading you and just kind of see who kind of wins or whatever. Maybe I can figure out a prize or something if that's maybe the case. I really don't know. It could just be fun for fun. It could just be for a prize, maybe. I don't know. I can kind of look into that. As for I said before, doing like a PvP scenario where you have, you know, as I said, SWAT members fighting suspects, you know, everyone will have different resources kind of thing. And it'd kind of be like an asymmetrical kind of fight. I think that'd be really, really fun to do. And, you know, because a lot of the time creating those interesting kind of meta games and within games is always a fun thing to do. And honestly, even maybe just playing some Halo custom games, for example, I think would be really hilarious too for a community event, just to, you know, hang out and talk. And I was even thinking about doing like a viewer coaching thing. Maybe you have people, you know, get somebody into a Discord, talk to them, have a group of people, and kind of like operate and show like the procedures that I usually do whenever I'm playing the game. And they have served me pretty well. I've helped and guided people through, you know, New America on hard mode, and it seems to really be working really well. And of course, you know, whenever you are kind of teaching somebody, it is good to like reinforce the ideas that work and reinforce the ideas that don't work, and kind of, you know, get rid of those ideas. So practicing and doing all these things is also beneficial for me and beneficial for everybody else watching, so we can all kind of learn together and kind of get better at the game together. And as I said, some people have been asking, how do you submit your review me video? Essentially, I've already explained it in this video. All you need to do is just make a video, post it on YouTube, and make sure it's entitled correctly. You can add a description and just make sure you comment on this video. This will be the video that I want people to comment on whenever you are putting in a new submission. Anyway, with that said, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content. If you guys have any questions or thoughts or ideas, put them in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. And that is going to be it for the video. Thank you for watching and have a good day.
Talk. Weapons located. This is Talk. Roger that.